Hello students, this is Mr. Broderick. How are you today? Today we're going to start a lesson on designing and building. Primarily we want to make sure that you understand the different steps at an introductory level. Alright? So we will need for this small quick project something to cut with. You can use a scissors. I'm using an X-Acto knife. You need a pen to mark things, a pencil to do some drawing, paper, ruler, and tape. Okay. You can also use glue, hot glue, to do this project also. All right? Pay attention. You're in for a treat. So this project that we're going to be doing will be focused on creating a phone holder. Okay? And we're going to make this out of a prototype out of cardboard. And if you would like, you can make it out of wood or anything else. Because we're at home, you can use poster board also. Some type of paper that has a certain level of thickness. The objective is for you to get a practice taking a project from design to a build. All right? So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have an amazing experience creating your design. Now what I'm going to show you is my design, but what I want you to do is look at designing something for yourself. All right, so design. Get your ideas on paper, or you can get it on the computer. All right, so what I want to do, I'm thinking about my phone, the size of my phone, and I'm going to create a sketch that gets my thoughts going and what's in my head to get it on paper. All right? Okay, so developing my ideas. This phone would be the size phone that I'm going to make my phone holder for. What do I want to use it for? I want to use it for a brace to kind of hold it. If I'm, get it out of my hand. If I want to watch a program, I can have my phone holder and just kind of set it in it. I can hold the phone holder, put it somewhere if I'm sitting down outside or wherever I'm sitting. If I'm eating lunch, I have to hold my phone up. It could be sitting on the table and I can watch my phone if I'm watching a program. A lot of you play games. If you're playing games and you have something remote, So if you can make it to fit a phone. Okay, this is the size of my phone. Also, if you had a tablet, say you had a tablet about this size, and you want to be able to just put your tablet down and put it in. So that's up to you. You decide what your phone holder will be holding, and then you create your ideas around that. Okay, so that's a very important step, and that's the first step of defining the problem or defining the situation that you are trying to solve. Okay, good job. So once you've defined your problem, now you come up with your solution. It's for this project, we know the solution. We're designing a phone holder. So get pen to paper. I'm just gonna close my computer down for now and get my paper board, and I'm gonna create a sketch. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it as symmetric as possible. Excuse me. Excuse me. Not Corona. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna get my drawing together and then I'll be back to show it to you. So for me, I would like a simple design. So I want to have something that's a little square, okay? And want something with a back on it. And I want it to be able to put my phone in. I'm just going to lean it down. And then I'm going to have something where the phone won't slip off. So there's some type of barrier that will stop it from slipping off. Okay. All right. And so this is my design that I have. This is the idea I have. Okay. And this is what it looks like. Okay. So basically the phone is just going to slip right on there and lay on the back of that incline. Okay. It's a simple design, and that's what I'm going to do. So to make this work, I've got to get some dimensions. Got to have measurements. So that was a sketch of what my idea is. So now I'm going to use my ruler and measure. Okay, my phone is about 6.5 lengthwise, and it's about 3.5 in terms of its width. Okay. Now the piece of cardboard that I have is about 5.5 wide, so my phone will comfortably sit in that. But I showed you that I also have a tablet, and sometime I might want to watch something on my tablet. So for my tablet is about 7.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to keep the width at 5.5 so that my phone will fit comfortably, okay, on it, but also my tablet will fit comfortably. All right. So my decision is my base is going to be 5.5 wide. Okay. Also, I want you to know that it's not final to just put the work on paper. I mean, it's the 21st century. Come on. We've got to also use our design tools. Oh, let me make sure you can see that. A little reflective there. Okay, there you go. All right. So I also did my design on the computer. Okay. All right. So now I'm putting my measurements in. I've got to put my measurements in on my design so that I know exactly what my bill is going to be. So 5.5 inches. And because I want to make sure it's firm, but I don't want to take up a lot of space. So I'm going to keep the base at 6 inches. Okay? 6 inches. So it can sit down, and if I put something on it, it will have enough of a foundation to support it. All right? Gotta think. Okay, so I made a change on my design. Instead of going the base at 6, I put it at 5. Why? My material. I wanted to make everything using this piece of cardboard that I have. I didn't want to use extra, okay? So I'm trying to maximize the use of my material. And that's a very important thing for engineers to remember. So now I'm going to make this 5, and I'm going to go up 5 inches also for the back. And then I'm going to need about 6 to come down this way to where the base is, okay? Then I'm going to need a piece here as my buffer, all right? So let's get those measurements in. Okay, so I think I've got all my measurements that I need. I'm gonna have this back is 5, the base 5. I'm gonna use 1 inch square here as my footer, and then I'm gonna have a 6-inch piece that as my back where my phone will sit on. Okay, I am going to measure it off, all the pieces here on on here, and then I'm gonna go to my build cutting as my next process. So I'm gonna use my ruler, and I'm gonna go 1 inch on this side and another inch. That'll give me 2. And then I'm actually going to use a 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, right? And that will give me a clear line connecting those 2 dots. Then I'm going to go up, so I'll have my 2 pieces. Then I go, my base is 5. I'm going to get my 5. Then I'm going to get another 5 up. And then I have my 6. Okay? And that should give me everything I need to get my build done. All right? So I'm going to do my markings, and then I'm going to do my cutting. So in my process, again, I'm trying to only use the 1 piece, and I'm looking at it, and as I'm going through my process, I'm making adjustments. So I adjusted from my original design to change my base to 4 inches. Okay? And so my back, I am going to make it 5. And then I'll have 5.5 or 5 to get my, it's important to mark on both sides. Okay, if you mark on both sides, it gives you 2 points. That will give you a straight line. Okay, you want your lines to be straight. It's good to do your measurements on both sides. Then the line between them is going to be straight. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start doing my cutting. So here's my tool that I'm going to use. I'm going to come across, and my first cut, just going to line it. You got to be careful with this. You don't want to have any accidents, okay? And cardboard is easy to cut, so you won't have much of a problem. Just be careful and be safe. So one of the techniques that you can use is to get your line straight. Use your ruler, get it on the line, and then with your cutter, of course you can cut this with scissors also, okay? And get a nice cut. Now, if you're like me and you're working on your table at home, do not cut straight on your table. Notice that I have a little cutting board that I'm using so that I don't get in trouble. We don't want boys and girls at home getting in trouble because you cut your mama's table. Okay? All right. So we're almost there with our cutting. We should have all our pieces in a few more seconds. And then we'll start using our tape to put together our assembly process. So this is, building a prototype in the engineering design process. We had our concept. We had a situation that we were trying to resolve. And then now we're going to put together our pieces and see what it looks like. Okay, we have all our pieces, and for this design, we have these pieces. I decided to use it for my base. Okay, we have our 2 5-inch pieces, and they're gonna be, so this is what my expectation is, right? So I'll have this piece here, okay? That'll be my base, all right? Then I'll have the back piece, all right? And then I'll have this piece. So you can see it. Let me try to give you a good angle. So here is what it's going to look like. Okay? All right. So let's see how it comes out. Okay, so I've got my base put together here. All right. And it's going to go right here. And so I'll keep working. Okay, so I successfully attached using the tape. This is a prototype, okay? Later on, after it's all put together, I can use hot glue to really get it nice and neat, or put a lot more tape on it to secure it, okay? Now, next step is to get my back piece. Okay, we said we're gonna make it about 4 inches. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some tape. Make sure I'm putting the tape on the right side. Okay. I just put the tape halfway across, and then I put it on the other side and seal it. Okay, all right. And then I'm gonna put a piece of tape on the inside. This is my design. Again, you guys are gonna come up with your own design. All right. Now I'm gonna tape this piece here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the tape again halfway on the top. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this piece right here on it. Okay. All right. And then I need to bring this piece, get some tape on the bottom here. All right. And I'm gonna make it right there. And so that's my prototype. Now I can put my phone in and check it out. And remember, we said, because I have a phone and tablet, I was going to design it where I can put both on it. Okay? So if I'm at my table working, I can also have my phone on a phone holder. All right? So I hope you're going to have a great time doing this build, going through the engineering design process. First, we had our concept, or we had a situation or a problem, they call it. We came up with some solutions. Okay, I did a little research on what different styles. I picked the best possible solution that I thought would go, and I kind of was doing this because I knew I had to build it to show you, so I did a simple design. Now, in some ideas that I had was to make this a little higher, put a drawer underneath where I can plug and have holes and things set up where I can attach different devices and hold different things. So you can create a lot more additions to the basic design. All right? I hope you enjoy this learning experience. We tested it. It works. Okay? Works nice and good. And we talked about other improvements. So in the engineering design process, it's never over. Okay? We always have things that we can do to add and to improve. Okay? Keep engineering at the forefront of your mind. We live in an engineer's world, and you guys are the ones that's going to make this world a beautiful place. I love engineering. I hope you do too. Till next time, this is Mr. Broderick from his engineering class. Well, I'm home right now because of COVID, but I can't wait to get in my classroom and show my kids how they can use other tools and use them safely to make exciting and new projects. Bye for now.